Hey guys, I'm doing a really quick video and I'm talking about the fact that when you've been through narcissistic abuse or childhood trauma, you have a radar for being able to know what other people are feeling. You can kind of sense their energy. It's super easy for you to not only know what other people are feeling, but you also are like the friend that always has the best advice. You can help people, you know what they need, you know how to comfort them, you know how to be there for them. However, when it comes to being there for you, there is a complete disconnect. Okay, in other words, there are times when you don't even know what you're feeling. You don't know what you need. You don't know how to be there for yourself. And when you realize this, it can be really overwhelming. But I just wanted to say that one of the reasons that happens is because being externally focused and knowing what other people are feeling, that was a survival skill. If you were living in an environment that was dangerous, you had to know what people were feeling. You had to have like that radar to be able to know what they were feeling so you knew what to expect, okay? And if you think of being externally focused as a muscle, that muscle was very strong. Being internally focused became very weak, but it doesn't mean that your inner self is gone. It doesn't mean that you cannot regain connection to self. But in order to do that, just like a muscle, we can't just want a muscle to get stronger. We have to do something. We have to exercise it in order for it to get stronger. Well, we have to exercise our ability to look within. And it starts with asking questions like, what am I feeling? What do I need? What would make me happy? Now I'm going to warn you that in the beginning when you start asking yourself those questions, you may not get an answer. And that's because if you think of yourself as like a friend that gives really good advice, and you have a friend that has been coming to you for years asking for advice, and you give them the best advice with their best interest at heart, and they never listen. Year after year, eventually what's going to happen? They're going to come to you for advice and you're not going to answer. You're just going to listen. Maybe nod your head and just listen because you know that it's wasting your time if you give the advice. Well, our inner self can be like that. Our inner self can be like, well, why should I say anything? She's not listening anyway. So we kind of have to strengthen that connection to self by not only asking the questions, but by listening, and then whatever comes up, we have to honor. So if our inner self says, Michelle, I need to slow down, I need to relax today, and we just push ourselves and shove ourselves onward, we're only strengthening disconnection to self. But if we honor what we need, what our inner self, our authentic self needs, we start to strengthen that connection to self. And that's what recovery is, okay? Narcissistic abuse causes you to disconnect from your authentic self. Childhood trauma does the same thing. Being you wasn't safe. So healing is about reconnecting to self. So I encourage you today, throughout the day, ask yourself questions like, what am I feeling? What do I need right now? What would make me happy? If you don't get an answer, be patient, be compassionate. Your inner self has felt ignored for a long time. Just continue to ask, and when you get the answer, make sure you honor and respect it. That is going to start strengthening your connection to self.